But I'm going to continue this right here because I had a call to say the disrespect has to stop. Rubie Dee Whipper Whip is gone. Anybody can say anything. Their kids' legacy of their fathers, their parents. I did a 4-part interview 2 years ago with Whipper Whip, Rubie Dee, Mr. Shit, Charlie Chase. Crazy Lake was even on the interview. And they said it. Whipper Whip, Rubie Dee said it. If there was 1,000 people in Harlem, well, how many Hispanic was in there? 2 or 3, 4, 5? And 2 of them was on stage, Whip and Ruby. This ain't about blacks versus Puerto Rican. This is about what the blacks created. Come from the Bronx. If Melly Mel want to call it the Bronx culture, that's up to him. We're entitled to call, if you from Harlem, Harlem hip-hop culture. Nobody can take that away from you. Everybody got a culture in life, man. But when it comes to hip-hop, they trying to twist everything. Turn it around. Make it their own story. Try to slip themselves in it. They want to go from 81 to 79 and 77. Yeah, you know, I was a little shorty. I was there. We there doing what? Holding somebody's nutsacks? %of y'all was behind the ropes on the other side. Everybody started off behind the other side of the ropes until you gained your notoriety in what you was trying to do back then. Everybody had an equal opportunity to be the best MC DJ coming out back then. Everybody had an opportunity. Some shine and some didn't shine. Take it with a grain of salt. The worst damage you could do is not respect the culture. And the most you ever did was been on flyers in the park. Might have played in Harlem World. Might have played in the Audubon and Renaissance Ballroom. You might have got that shine. But the next step was having that hit record and going around the world. And then it's still working off that record today. But tell your story. I know what year a lot of y'all came in the game because I was a promoter. So you can't sit up here like, yo, I was doing shows. Yeah, you might be doing some Mickey Mouse shit. But everybody wanted to be on the Man Dip Light or Harlem World or Mike and Dave or T-Connection Flyer or Ray Chandler. Everybody, that was like your record deal back then to be on those promoters' flyers. Or AJ show. That's when you made it back then. You know, you had a lot of promoters that had a lot of your groups coming up that we used to put on the MC convention flyers because we had to change the lineup because Flash and the Funky Four and certain groups were no longer available for the MC conventions. A lot of y'all, I don't even remember. I remember the group, but I can't even name half the members in your group. But that's not a disrespect to anybody. A lot of y'all been quit the game in '84. Once it became no longer the Harlem World type shows and T-Connection, a lot of y'all got lost. Unless you had a record that made some noise. And we also got to remember, Mr. Magic came on the radio, things changed. It just wasn't about just the Bronx and Harlem no more. Brooklyn and Queens was in there smashing shit. Hip-hop had grown. But some of y'all don't want to accept that. Some of y'all still living in the 80s. Some of y'all haven't even wrote a book about your life. But to disrespect those who are telling you what really happened or who did what is the crime. That's the crime. When Mean Machine came out with that record, Disco Dream, that was the time where a lot of Hispanic could have just been getting groups together making records. Like, they was the closest to being a Hispanic group, totally. I mean, in Fearless 4, you had Master OC and you had Tito. Fancy 3, you had the Hispanic MC. Master Don eventually had Johnny. But it still wasn't, it was already past what we already started. This is after the record now. But we talking about before. We know how the socialization was with the park jams. You could have the park jams over here, and down the block, the Hispanics and Puerto Ricans are out with the Congo and South music and Spanish music and doing their thing in their block. Let's keep it 100. If we was at the basketball court, they was at the handball court. And for those who hung around Hispanics growing up, kudos. And for those Hispanics who hung around us blacks, kudos. But remember, early on, it wasn't like we was kumbaya sitting around smoking the peace pipe in the beginning, because it wasn't like that. Everybody started to meet each other eventually once shows and groups started to formulate and things started happening when a lot of the MCs in this culture met each other. Besides the ones who went to school with each other, a lot of them met each other at the jams. You went to a lot of these jams back then, 90% of the people knew each other at the jams because there wasn't that many. But when you got Harlem Way here, T-Connection there, Bronx River there, SC Garage here, then once in a while we have Savoy Manor and Stardust Ballroom. Then you have Celebrity Club, B&B, Disco, Studio 125 on 125th Street. You have Renaissance Ballroom. The early venues. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hunts Point's Palace, Boston Ballroom. Come on now. And people don't get it. How many of y'all been to the Karate Club on 2nd Avenue? Or Mike and Dave was doing school in Harlem. What's the school? Oh, shit. God damn, we did so many parties there. But I'm just saying, let's not change the narrative because you feel, because Rubie Dee and Whipper Whip never had a popular record. They don't have to have a popular record for them to tell you that me and Whip were the two first Hispanic MCs in the culture of hip-hop. You can't respect that, then there's no need for you to even have a conversation. No need for me to be even talking to you because it's a waste of my time. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You're entitled to say what you want to say. Just don't be disrespectful. Some of y'all got dementia because you done got old. Some of y'all don't even understand. Some of y'all wasn't even around. But I'm going to say this to say that. You want to watch the 4-part series again, or if you ain't never watched it because you didn't want to watch it, I'm going to put the 4 links again into this post. It's on YouTube. Take your time and watch it. And y'all have a good day. It's your brother Van Silk. I'm out.